Hi again. Walter Rauschenbusch, Christianity and the Social Crisis, page 228, still discussing the overcrowding of cities and the robbing of the people of their land. There is a deep-rooted injustice here which must impress anyone who reflects upon it and whose judgment is not clouded by profit derived from the system. This does not, however, imply that those who profit by it are morally guilty. They may or may not be. Few as yet recognize any wrong in it. Law and custom sanction it. Even those who see the wrong are scarcely able to withdraw from it. They too need land to accomplish anything and must hold it in the established ways. But poison is poison, even if it is supposed to be a necessary food or drink. Slavery once had the sanction of human and divine law. It may be that the day will come when anyone claiming exclusive property right in land will be asked, like the slaveholder in Vermont, to show a bill of sale signed by the Almighty. The moral problem to be solved by us is how to safeguard the rights of the individual holder of the land who has increased its value by his labor and intelligence, and yet to extract for the community the value which the community creates. The latter right is now obscured and disregarded, and many of the most destructive and menacing evils of our civilization are directly or indirectly traceable to this legalized method of disinheriting the community. From an economic point of view, all human history has turned on the possession of the land and its privileges. The conflicts of nation with nation have been like contests of herds for grazing ground. The conflicts of class with class have been struggles for equal rights on the grazing ground. While agriculture was the chief source of wealth, the burning social question was how to counteract the tendency toward the aggregation of land in a few hands. The intense social struggles of the Greek republics turned largely on the redistribution of the communal land. Where approximate equality was maintained, political liberty and efficiency continued. The contrary meant a decay of liberty and intelligence in the mass of the people, and finally death. Political power was always desired and used to secure special control over the natural resources. Land robbery on a large scale has been the sin of the mighty. In 1904, the Tsar gave command to add certain state forests to his private possessions. They were valued at 100 million rubles. He paid 300,000. The church and monastery lands, which were secularized during the Reformation, were the property of the people, held in trust by the church. If they had been devoted to other public service, they might have endowed a wonderful system of education of freed Germany and England forever from the need of paying taxes. Instead, they were seized by the possessing classes. In Germany, they strengthened despotic power. In England, they laid the foundation for the wealth of the great aristocratic families to this day. No nation can allow its natural sources of wealth to be owned by a limited and diminishing class without suffering political enslavement and poverty. Our system tends that way. The abolition of private property in land in the interest of society is a necessity. That's a quote from the Outlook of March 19, 1904. So again, Rauschenbusch anticipates even the Russian Revolution here by talking about the inequalities of being created by the Tsar himself in 1904. Next time, work and wages. I'll put in a link to Rauschenbusch's take on so-called discrepancies in the Gospels. Why do Matthew, Mark, and Luke give different versions of Christ's sayings about wealth?